Alright, moment of truth. Very first time that I'm going to form the front of my Jeep Willys. I just realized that I totally forgot to punch the tiny holes on the bed over there. So I put holes a bit everywhere in the molds that I do in order to have vacuums in strategic places, and of course I forgot before I sent my file. In any case, we'll see what it looks like. The mold itself, I'm really pleased with how everything came out and the scale of it and so on. So let's see, what do we have? Disaster or success? In 1 second, ready and go. So far, there's a hole. You see the plastic, oopsie, sorry, didn't mean to do that. Plastic came out here, so we have a failure. It's alright, like they say, failure is always an option. So let's take him out, cool it down, and go for a new sheet. So I am using, by the way, the 1 mm thick PETG at the moment from Vaquform. I'm thinking about doing it in 0.5, but actually with the shape of it and so on, I think the 1 mm really is going to be best. I think I'm gonna have to increase a little bit how tight is my frame in the front. So that is down. I've changed a little bit the holding screws over there. It's holding tight. Let's go again, my friends. So this time should be a little bit quicker. We will come back when the burner is up. Alright, temperature's rising. I've released the Kraken. So you can see, well, this is where the plastic came out of the frame, because I think this steep part I should put it over there when there is more area. So I'm going to try that this time, but other than that, everything came really nicely on the inside, so I'm really happy so far. So this time I'm going to place the mold facing outwards, I mean facing to the side like that. I don't care about any webbing on the side or over here, because this is going to be cut away. So I don't care about that too much. Just need to figure out what is the best situation, because we have a really big vertical drop in the front here. The Jeep is super squarish, so let's see how it goes this time. Temperature is at 48, so let's go. Slowly letting it go down by itself and see if the vacuum goes all the way. Now, once again, same place. It got stuck. It's unleashed, unreleased over there. So I'm gonna have to figure out a way to hold. Yeah, it's in the exact same place here when the plastic came out. Or did it punch a hole somewhere that I don't know about? Let's investigate, because we have some really sharp corners. Let's have a look. No, I don't think so. I don't think there's a hole anywhere. It's the plastic that released itself. So maybe you can see from here, this is actually, there is a lot of space on the outside over there compared to here, so I might push it a little bit more to the back. Once more, we don't give up. Okay, so second failure. So I was worried that there would be those super sharp corners over there punching holes and releasing the air, hence stopping the vacuum, but apparently there is none. So it is really about the plastic sheet that is being released. The frame just can't hold, because it's quite tall as well, as you can see the model. It's fairly tall. It's not that tall. It's got to be 8 to 10 cm, but because it is so vertical that you have the material needs to be able to find its place over there. So I might let it drop extremely slowly. Hold on, this is completely out of place, so let's fix it before it's too late. Okay, so grill is in. I will make it face this way this time, just for the sake of change. Okay, so it is always releasing up there, so I'm going to push it a little bit more to the back this time. Maybe even a little bit more, centering this part really at the center of the grill, and see how it goes. Let's see if it is straight or not. Not a little bit pushed to the back over there. So we're going to bring it here. So that's, you see, I have not centered the model, but I've tried to center the hoods onto the grill this time. So we'll see how things go. We are at 142 degrees, so it's going to be very soon. I just thought that I have another option. Actually, I have a gray ABS. So if this goes badly again, I think I'm going to try with the gray ABS, because this doesn't need to be a clear body part. It can actually be a solid color. So we'll see. One more try, and this time we're going to let it go very slowly down. I'm not going to force it. I'm going to let it go super slowly. And let's hope for the best now. Here for the failure. It seems that it's gone all the way. So we have the interior that's molded, we have the grill, and we have the front, so nothing popped out over there. So maybe just tightening the clamps here and here did its job. Alright, now it's going to vacuum all the way down. I didn't do any touching up to the mold, so it's going to be a little bit rough, a little bit grainy, but that's fine. The important part now is to see if it can be released from the vacuformed plastic. That's going to be the question. Alright, this is the green light. So this time it took a little while, so that's going to be hot. Let's wear protection. Always wear protection. And wait a little bit for the sound of air and the release. That lovely sound of the air coming under the sheet. Are we gonna hear it? Do I have to force it? Oh yeah. Okay, this is it. So we have the part out. I'm gonna let it cool down and I will come back to do a live release. Okay, so I'm heating up another plate over there to do the back of the mold. So let's try to pre-release this one a little bit. It's a very, very vertical model, but everything is at a very slight angle, so it should still come out of the mold, even though not easily. It should come out in one piece, no problem. I can feel it sliding out. It's just a little bit hot and sticky. We might have to go vacuform the other parts before this comes out. I'm not so sure. But there's a lot of little shapes that are kind of holding the shape in place, but I think mainly just the verticality of it all that is doing it. But you see, it's releasing at the back. I just don't want to bend too much the face. We might have to go. We might have to go to the vacuforming machine. Oh no, it's gonna come out. Oh yes, look at that beauty. Okay, this is great. So I'm going to jump back up to the vacuforming machine because time is running low. We're at 120 degrees and now we are trying the big boy. So this is about as enormous as you can get with this machine, especially with such a steep model over there. This one I forgot to punch the holes in my 3D file, so I've just punched some, I drilled some holes with my 2mm drill bit over there, so it should do the trick. Now there is a lot of very sharp edges on this mold, so this mold I'm mainly worried about getting webbing everywhere. I'm hoping that I'm not gonna get any over here because those are really curved, but yeah, and we're gonna have the same problem of a lot of material and a very small amount of space that has to be pulled down all the way to here. you have like 30 mm available. So I'm gonna go pull very, very slowly down, and we will see how it goes. Test part number 2 of the Jeep Willys mold. Go very slow pull down. I might have to heat up a little bit more. Okay, this is pulled all the way down. Now, same. We have the same issue this time. Actually, it's always in the same place. And I think it is a visual trick. There is actually more space at the back. I can push it more to the back, the mold. So same place here again, this little lip just pulled out. Okay, we'll be back. Well, at least this released really easily. So I can see we're getting pretty good vacuum on the inside, but it's just, you see how this is curving in. It's really the nature of I'm stretching the possibilities of this machine pretty much to the max right now. If it was like more of a rounded shape, it wouldn't be an issue. Like I don't have this issue with the B2B or the Delta Wing, even though they are larger than this one. But this is really stretching a very few amount of plastic all the way down. I might have to actually heat up the plastic a little bit more than 150 for that one. So while this is heating up, let's take a look at the front. Look at that. Super nicely molded. So you see all the graininess. This is because I didn't touch up the mold at all at the moment. I don't mind. I just want to see if the mold actually works. So a third of it works so far. It's a pretty good start. Now, the windshield has still yet to be tested, but this is kind of the easy bit. You see, even on this one that came out, you can see on the right hand side how the plastic is curving in here. So this is really the danger part. The back seems to be holding itself really, really well. So I'm going to push the mold a lot more to the back of the machine this time. And just because I'm superstitious, I'm going to flip it around as well, because why not? Okay, and I'm going to push it a little bit more over there as well, because there is less pull down over here than there is at the big vertical drop at the back. So hopefully that will give a little bit more flex to the material. And it was not really a matter of pulling it down slowly or fast, because it's once the frame is down that it's got trouble. So let's see this time how it goes. So we let it go down by itself for a little while. I'm gonna help it a little bit, and let's hope for the best over here. This is the danger part. Once again, it's here. It's always here. I'm going to try to make it tighter. Let's see how it goes, because the back is really not moving at all, even in this situation. So this is the weakness of the DT2. It's this part over here. So I'm going to make this tighter, so that's going to press more on the front end over there. I wish there was a clamp I could put between here and there to lock it as well. Let's take a look at the material that I am using. So PETG clear plastic, 1 mm thick. I might not have that problem with the 0.5, but the problem I would have is that the walls would be so thin that they wouldn't work. So this time, let's see. Now it is much harder to close the machine, so hopefully that's going to hold the PETG better. We are going back up. Let me show you. This was given to me courtesy of the great people at Vaquform, and so we are trying again. It's trial and error, because first of all, this machine was not intended for the pain that I'm giving it. It was really not intended for such large squarey molds, but I know it can do it. Actually, we should increase the temperature a little bit. We should increase to, like, let's go 157, just a random number. See how it goes. Alright, I'll be back when it's hot. Alright, we're back, 154, with victorious music from Sabaton to see if this gives the machine some courage into battle. Slowly go down, slowly go down. You see, power metal always solves everything. It's worked. So I've increased the temperature to 157. I've tightened up the fronts quite substantially. I've moved it a lot more to the back, and so on the third test it worked, which is good because I don't have a lot of 1mm sheets left available. So this is great news for that. It seems like all my details are in pretty well. I don't seem to have any webbing anywhere, so this is ace. Alright, I will be back with the end molding and then the last part, which is the windshield. Just to have a look, it's still curved like crazy, but I pulled the sheets all the way to the edge here, and I've made the clamps in the front really tight to the max. So that solved that problem. I think it's going to be a matter of wasting a couple of sheets for that particular body, but at the end of the day it works, so I'll be back with the windshield. Okay, so while this is happening up there, let's take a look at unmolding that part. Still quite hot, but it's going to be manageable. So this is going to be hard to unmold. You see those sides here, but I've angled everything properly, so it's just going to be a matter of massaging it out gently, and I think I need to cool it down on the aircon for a little while. Oh no, it popped out. That's great. I think for those I might need to put some releasing agent as well, because they're just so large. Oh, this was just stickiness actually. The shapes are absolutely not holding it. You see. Alright, so my advice for any Vaquform user, listen to Sabaton when you're doing your Vaquform. It obviously solves every molding problem. So that is great. You see, have the rear. Everything came in really sharp, really nicely. Everything is sucking tight. So let's go on with what is going to be the windshield now. So you'll see this is supposed to be the easiest part, and that might be actually the hardest part. Who knows? It's always like that with those things. So here I'm pretty positive I'm gonna have some mud webbing, but I don't care at all because you see, all this is gonna be cut around. So let's put this like so. It's still a pretty large, oopsie, static electricity. It's still a pretty large model compared to the bed, you see, but it's really not tall at all. So we're at 146. I've set it to 151 because I made a mistake and I wanted 150, but I didn't pay attention. Life is so. Alright, so 150, 151, let's do it. Just let it go slowly, sharp edges again. Yeah, so I have the webbing like I expected to have over there and over here. Absolutely not a problem for that part. The important thing is to get the molding on the windows everywhere and around the cutting edge. So I think this is coming out really nicely. Oh, it's making the camera vibrate like crazy. Let's carry it. Alright, I will be back with another video showing you what everything looks like put together. Alright, on that note, see you later. Bye bye.